What's good, guys? You know what it is. Angelo here from Active Lifestyle, coming at you guys live. We got feather falls here behind us, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video and what we're gonna dive deep into is it's not about what you could do, it's about what you would do. And that's a very important topic I feel like I need to touch on, because especially in the self-help world, a lot of people talk about what you could do. You could do this, you could do that. But I'm gonna dive deep into it and give you guys examples on why that's just like some way to sell you something and pitch you something. Because in reality, not everybody can do everything, and I'll dive deep into examples and things like that in the next part of the video. So stay tuned. Alrighty, y'all. So what would you do versus what could you do, right? And I don't want this to be a pessimistic kind of video, because it may sound a little pessimistic when I shot the video, what I'm talking about earlier already, and I talked about it. But I wanted to I want to talk about it really fast because it sounded pretty pessimistic. Because I believe people can do a lot of things if they put their mind and effort to it. They can actually be really successful at what they choose to do. But let's see a track record of the things that you've actually done, and let's go and achieve something similar to that and grow from that experience. Let's not just shoot for the $1 million or shoot for the 6-pack. Let's shoot for the consistent results of having the work being done. Let's shoot for being consistent, and let's look at that track record of what you have done. Okay? Just want you to think about that, have that in your mind while you watch this video. Thank you, guys. Boom. Alrighty, y'all. So step one, or part one of the video, right? What could you do versus what would you do? A lot of people would love to make $1 million. We talk about the $1 million dream. We talk about, when I have $1 million, then I'll be able to do this. But first, let's slow it down. Let's get to a 6-figure income. Let's get to 100,000, because that's more obtainable than just shooting for a random number, saying let's get $1 million. Correct? A lot of people say, I want to build my $1 million business. Whoa, but let's slow it down. We get you to 100K. Let's see what skills you actually have. Let's double down on those skills, and let's get you to a point where you can actually make those $1 million. Okay? That's step one. Another thing, what could you do versus what would you do? Talking about awesome hard hikes. For an example, a lot of people say they want to hike Mount Everest. I forget the statistic, but let's just say an estimate of 4,000 people ever have climbed Mount Everest. Mount Everest is one of the hardest hikes, if not the hardest hikes in the world. As you hike it, you probably see bodies next to you. You need oxygen mask to be able to even get to that high of an elevation, correct? So, a lot of people say, oh, I would like to hike Mount Everest, it's the hardest hike ever. But why don't you just slow it down, let's get you on an easier hike, which is nicer. For example, we're hiking this hike here. It's called Feather Falls up in Northern California. It's super nice, it's pretty challenging as well. It's about a 10-mile round loop hike. It's challenging, you get good views, you get good times, you get to enjoy it, plus it's equally as challenging. And it's way better than as you're climbing up, not seeing dead bodies and not seeing possibly risking your life and possibly dying. Okay? So I want you guys to think about that. A lot of times you're told you could do anything, and yes, to a certain point you can if you prepare yourself to do it, but to make sure this is the right decision that you're gonna make. Because if you go into that decision, willy-wash about it, it's not gonna be able to happen. So I want you guys to understand that a lot of time in the self-help world, they try to sell you this dream because it's a selling, they're trying to sell you a product. But you gotta think of it like, can I really do this? Am I really gonna be able to achieve this? And make that decision for yourself. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you guys.